One of the core concepts of mastering Bootstrap is the grid. So if we do this, let's assume that this is the screen of your device, which is either your laptop, your desktop, or your phone. Bootstrap divides this screen into 12 parts. Let's say something like this. Don't mind my non-straight lines. I just want to use it as an example. So Bootstrap does something like this on your screen. Oops. So basically take it like that, manage my drawing. Oops. So just know that Bootstrap divides this screen into 12 parts. Alright, so for each of these parts, it calls it, if you want to, let's say you created a div that you want this div to extend only 2 parts of the screen. You see, this is just 2 parts out of 12. What you will do is to do something like this: div class col 2. You see, so if you create a div with a class of col 2, the div will occupy only 2 parts of your screen out of 12. So whether your screen is a mobile phone or a desktop or a laptop or whatever, okay, so then the next thing you need to, once you understand this division concept, then it can make sense to you what I was trying to do here when I was doing col 8, you see, and col 1. So this number applies not just in columns, it applies in margin, as I'll show you. This is margin, right? So it appears in margin, as you can see, 2. That means it should give 2 parts out of 12. You see, 2. 0 means it should stay, it should not even exist. All right. Now the next thing you have to understand in Bootstrap is the different types of screens available in Bootstrap. So I'm going to just delete this. So in Bootstrap, there are different kinds of screens. The first type of screen is your mobile devices, which is XS. I think I should choose a black color. Alright, this is your mobile, your phone. Then there is another type, which is your tab. A tab like an iPad. Then there's another part, which is a laptop. And then there's a desktop, which is a little bigger. Some desktops are bigger than a laptop. Then there is a super large desktop. How many of you have seen that desktop that is very large? Or a TV? There are some plasma screens. You know, you can connect your laptop to a plasma screen. You get, so when the screen is quite large, so Bootstrap names these things accordingly. For instance, Bootstrap will call this guy XS, that is extra small, which is a phone. So I think I should put it here, phone. So this is a tab. Bootstrap will call this SM, which is small. I think I should put it like this, tab. And then this is a laptop, basically the average laptop. Some laptops are of the size of a tab, hope you know. So these are about screens sizes, not really the device. So we have SMMD, this is medium, probably a laptop screen. Laptop. So some laptops, like I told you, are of this size. There are some mini laptops that are of this size. So my laptop is around 15 inches. So that's where we have this. Then you have the bigger desktop, which we could call LG desktop. Some desktop are of this size, hope you know, but there are some desktops that are actually huge, like the two on my desk right now. They are bigger than this. And then you have the LG extra large XL. So these are like big desktops or TVs. So sometimes in some, depending on some workstation setup, there are TVs on the wall that you connect to a computer. So this is how Bootstrap sees all this. So once you see an SM, that means whatever column or whatever size is being applied will only apply from SM. Now what you have to understand is, let's get back to that formal example we had, where we had a div that had class equal to col 8 or col 2. I think we did col 2. So if we had this, What this simply means is that this div on all screen sizes, since we didn't specify a certain size, on all screen sizes that particular div will occupy only 2. So on a phone the div will be quite small, occupying only 2 out of 12. On a tab it will be a little bigger, occupying 2 out of 12, then 2 out of 12, then 2 out of 12, then 2 out of 12. Now if we wanted it to occupy 2 out of 12 only from laptops up, what we're going to do is simple. We work on it like this: div class, then we say call md2, md-2. So this sorts it out. Simple. So the ones on the left take precedence over the screens on the right. So if we say call md2, it means that any screen size that is of the size of a laptop, the average 15-inch laptop, will take that would take that 2 or whatever attribute you applied or value applied to the attribute, and then the next one, which is LG, will still take it. The next one, which is XL, will still take it. All right. So if we want it to be different on XL, then we have to add XL too. So we can do something like div call div class call md2. But then on larger screens, let's say the plasma big screens, which is this one, we may want it to occupy, let's say, half of the screen. Half of the screen will be 6 because the screen is divided into 12. So we can do call, say I gave space and did call dash xl dash 6. So that's it. You can chain them. You can keep adding call depending on what you want. So what this particular code means is that on MD medium-sized screens and on large-sized screens, it should take MD of size 2. It should take size 2. But then when it gets to big screens, it should take XL, which is it should take size 6, which is half of the screen. All right. So, but if we didn't specify any of the screen sizes, then it will apply to all of them. All of them. Alright, hope this makes sense to you, because if you understand this, you've understood layouts in Bootstrap. So if we get back to Bootstrap's website, we can now see on layout. If you get to the documentation, you click on layout. So you see the descriptions. Take your time, read through, and then you click on grid. They're just showing you the CSS they actually wrote, which is not very important to you, but the main thing you have to read about is the grid. Go to grid. You see that this is taking 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so it takes this 3. Now we're going to go deeper into this grid system as we build further, but I just want to show you where to go read it up. Alright? So thank you very much. See you guys in the next video.